This video response is going to go out to Samantha Elizabeth, and that's because you uploaded a video called Instagram Rant, and I truly feel bad about your situation. I really do, and if there was some way I could help you fix it, I certainly would, but I just don't know how to fix those kind of situations. So the best thing I can do is to tell you what I do know, and hopefully it'll keep you from having these kind of problems in the future. Okay, now, I'm a data processor. No question about it. Anybody who's watched my videos knows how much of a data processor I am. Okay, now, back in the day, years and years ago, when I was working on computers, what we had was these things called dumb terminals, and then we had mainframes. And what this was, these dumb terminals didn't process anything, okay? You would put stuff into them, then they would send it to this mainframe, which would process your information, and the processed information would then return to the dumb terminal where you'd be able to see it. Or it would send the processed information to a printer and it would print it out. And that's what happened to a lot of my stuff. It got printed out and I was able to see it. Okay. Now the thing is, in modern technology, we have basically the same setup. And people just aren't aware of this. Okay? But things are a little different than they were back in my day. Okay, we have these things called client computers. Hang on. Now, client computers, that would be your desktops, your laptops, even your smartphones can be considered a client computer. Okay. Now, what that means is you can actually process things. You could make a word processing document, a spreadsheet. You could make a database, that kind of thing. But the thing is, if you wanted to share any information you made in this computer with other people, you would either have to turn your client computer into a server, okay, or you would have to transfer that information from your client computer to somebody else's server. Now, your servers, which are scattered across the country and owned by various people, are your cloud. You hear this term all the time. Store everything on the cloud. Well, that's the cloud. So basically, when you store information, you actually send the information from the client computer through a satellite dish to the server. Okay, when you store information on this server, you're storing it on the cloud. Here's the problem. If anything happens to that server, your data is lost unless you've kept a hard copy on your own client computer. And that's what I do on a regular basis. When I upload YouTube videos, I actually save them on my hard drive and then I send them up. Okay? That way I have a physical copy of everything I have as well as something on somebody else's server. Now this serves a dual purpose. Now the first thing is that sometimes they put these little servers. Now Google would never do this, alright? And Yahoo doesn't do this kind of stuff. Facebook doesn't. They all own their own servers, okay? And they put them in real safe places, real safe rooms, cold rooms, that kind of thing. And that's why they don't break down very often. Okay? However, littler companies like Instagram, Pinterest, you name it, they tend to put their servers, what few they actually have, in places that are vulnerable. You get a good earthquake, a fire, anything, that data is lost. And that's one of the main reasons why I tell everybody not to just put everything on the cloud. Always have a physical copy at your own house, because if anything happens to that server, there you go. Also, if somebody hacks into your account, which they're actually hacking into a server, and they hack into your pictures, they can edit your pictures. They can make them look any way they want to. And if you haven't gotten a physical copy on your computer, all you're going to get back is a distorted whatever. You're going to get a distorted mess because they fixed it for you. Yeah, trolls can actually get into your account if they have the right equipment to do so, and they can mess you up pretty bad. Why they would do this, I wouldn't know. But some people just like doing that kind of stuff, and they can really mess you up big time. So, I've always told people, have physical copies of everything you have on your own client computer, and then send things up through Instagram, Pinterest, whatever. That way, if somebody hacks you, you can just delete what they've hacked and start over. And so, like I said, I really feel bad about what's happened with Instagram. I hope that you had physical copies of everything on your client computer. That way you can just re-upload. That's what I can do with my YouTube videos. I have kept every one of my YouTube videos. I have a copy of every one of them. That way, if something goes wrong with YouTube, I can just reload. And besides, if somebody tries to distort my YouTube videos, all I have to do is take my video down and upload it again as I had taped it originally. So, and I have to admit, some people like to do that kind of stuff. It's really bad, and I'm sorry that they do that kind of stuff, but that's what happens. But like I said, you have to really keep in mind that with companies like Pinterest and Instagram, they're not as big as Google, Yahoo, Facebook, and they don't have the resources to maintain their servers the same way as, say, Google, Yahoo, Facebook, that kind of thing. And that's where all the trouble begins. So, my biggest suggestion to you is whenever you make an account on, say, Pinterest, Instagram, or anything else, what I would do is I would get an address book, honestly, and write down those passwords and lock that address book up. Get yourself a portable safe. They have these little fireproof safe boxes. Put that address book in there with all your passwords, and that way, if a password's lost or whatever, you can just go in there. And like I said, sometimes the servers just go down, and when they do, there's really nothing you can do about it. That's their problem, not your problem. So, anyway, I hope you learned something from all this. And like I said, I hope you keep physical copies from now on of every single picture you have. If nothing else, store them on a chip. Just store them on a chip, have the chip locked up in a fireproof safe, and you'll be fine. That's another reason why I always tell people I would get Android phones over iPhones, because you can have the micro SD, you can store the stuff. You can't do that with an iPhone. There you go. Alright, hopefully I didn't bore you too much. I did enjoy your video, and hopefully you'll make more of them. If you want to video respond to me, you're more than welcome to. Please, by all means, let me know what happens with this Instagram. Hopefully you'll get your account back. Maybe they'll finally figure the whole thing out. I don't know. But I hope this doesn't happen to you again. And I don't know what else to say. Alright, I think I've said too much as it is. I will tell you more in a future video, so stay tuned.